So let us have an introduction of IEEE EIA 12207. We'll see the background of IEEE EIA 12207 and the structure of the standard life cycle processes 12207 versus 2167 AL498 and how it relates to our capability maturity model CMM and how to tailor it for our use or your use and how to use it in a project and how to get a copy of it. So, are there two 12207s? ISO IC 12207. This is actually Information Technology Software Lifecycle Processes. This was published in 1995 by ISO, International Organization for Standardization, and also International Electrotechnical Commission. So, this provides common framework for developing and managing software. While IEEE EIA 12207 is for software life cycle processes, which was published in 1998 by IEEE Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineer and EIA Electronic Industry Association. So this include ISO IC 12207 in its entirety. So all of this you'll find in IEEE EIA 12207 and this adds clarification, concepts and guidelines to foster better understanding and application. This is how it is inside this and it was adopted by US Department of Defense in this year, this date, and designated by SSC SD for life cycle processes. So these are various people who have adopted it, and likewise others also have. There are not two 12207s. Now we have only IEEE EIA by electronics and electrical engineers or electrical and electronics engineers, IEEE, and Electronic Industries Association, which in its entirety has ISO IC 12207. What was the purpose of 12207? The purpose was to establish a common framework for software lifecycle processes with well-defined terminology that can be referenced by software industry. There has to be a well-defined terminology that the software industry and people can understand. That is to acquire, supply, develop, operate, and maintain a software products. And to define, control, and improve SDLC, software life cycle processes. So 12207 it provides industry as a basis of software practices, which is usable for both national and international businesses. This IEEE EIA 12007 has many uses. First is to acquire, supply, develop, operate, and maintain software. Then, to support above functions, all these functions in the form of quality assurance, configuration management, joint reviews, audits, verification, validation, problem resolution, and documentation. Also to manage and improve the organization processes and personnel. Also to establish software management and engineering environments. This is based on lifecycle processes as adapted and tailored to serve business needs. And also, this is to foster improved understanding between customers and vendors and among the parties involved in this life cycle of a software product, and also to facilitate the world training of the software or in the software. So why to use these standards? Establish uniform requirement for development and documentation. Everyone is using it, so you have to use it. Define a common framework for this SDLC. Clarifying the roles and interfaces of the participant. Clarifying the types and contents of the documentation. Identifying the task, phase, baseline reviews and documents needed, and following the lessons learned and best practices of the industry, and thereby avoiding any pitfall or problem of the past. So don't get caught in this standard quagmire because this is there are we have CMM, you have ISO, you have SECMM, SDC, and in this you have MILQ, all those things. IEEE standards are there, MIL standards are there, EIA standards are there. There are so many quagmires at your disposal. So the evolution of standard which are affecting any software development. This is not about DoD. These are MIL means military standard was there for software development. DoD defense software development, AIS software standards, software development and documentation. Then ISO 9000 it came for quality management, and then JSTD software development acquire supplier agreement. Then ISO IEC, this is information technology software life cycle processes, and then this IEEE EIA 12207 about which we are talking 1998. These are the family tree of standards. You have this ISO 12207, you have IEEE standards, you have 2167A, 7935A, 498017, and every one culminates to our IEEE EIA 12207. This is the software lifecycle processes. Now, the outline of this IEEE EIA 12207, which is actually the software lifecycle processes. First is the forward. We have the scopes, normative references, definition, application of the standard, then primary processes, supporting processes, then we have organization processes. So around 85 pages are there, and in this we have this. See, this is 12207.0. Then comes 12207.1. This is software lifecycle processes, lifecycle data. Again, it has various topics. 36 pages are there. Then you have 12207.2. This is software lifecycle processes, actually implementation considerations. That is from scope to organization processes. There are around 109 pages. So, what are the terminology which are used in 12207? Uh, we have this lifecycle processes, 5 primary processes for 0, and for 8 supporting processes, 8 organization processes. And this process is broken into different activities. Then activities process into activities, activities into task. So task reference information items like software products and documents. So in this 12207.1, we have 84 items in metrics, generic guidelines of 7 categories, specific guidelines for 30, right? These are the clause and these are the sections. These are the clause, these are the sections. These are 12207's 5 primary life cycle processes. First is acquisition. That is, the role is the primary process define what the organization element do during a software life cycle process. So acquisition means acquire, an organization that procure a system or a device, right? So this is acquirer. Then supplier means an organization that enters into contract with the acquirer under some terms of contract. Then development means developer, which organization that performs the development during the life cycle process, called as developer. Maintenance means support agency, means maintainer, an organization that performs maintenance activities. And then operation is operator, and organization that operates the system. And the user, an individual or organization that uses the system for some specific function. We call it as user. These are the example of life cycle roles. For example, for for a role as acquirer, if this is teens truck, the buyer is mom and dad. For Navy system, we have system command or PDX, right? For a developer, this may be Ford motor or some other system. For a user, who will be the user of this? It will be a teenager or ship's watch team. Who will be the operator? Who is going to operate this teens truck? Family teenagers will drive. And who will operate this Navy system? There will be a Pacific Fleet. So 12207 organization and supporting processes. What are these? These organizational cycle processes. They are typically outside the realm of specific projects and contracts. So should be in place prior to performing any primary processes like management, infrastructure, improvement, and training. While the supporting processes, these are employed and executed by another process, the responsibility of the organization, which includes documentation, configuration management, quality assurance, verification, validation, joint review, audit, and problem resolution. So, how the life cycle process interact between one another? These are acquisitions, these are maintenance, management, supply, operation, development. This is actually quality assurance, joint review, audit, validation, verification, documentation, and all those things. Then this is the infrastructure training and improvement, and these are all the organizational processes. So the three software lifecycle development strategies, if we see what define all requirement first, or you say in this 12207 multiple development cycle or distributed trip software, whether they are there or not. Let us take three of them. Waterfall, yes, we have to define all requirement first, but in evolutionary it is not required. uh, yes, incremental it is, yes. Multiple development cycle in waterfall it is not, but in incremental evolutionary it is allowed, yes. And distributing interim software waterfall it is not. Incremental, yes, maybe, but evolutionary, yes, you can provide it in intermediary also. So these are recommended by SSCSD as the basis of project planning and implementation. This is a sample 12207 development process. So one example of this applying 12207 to the waterfall development strategy. How does it start? It starts with your SRS, then your system architecture and design. Then all this is software item 2, this is software item. There are two different items. Then you have to, do some software requirement analysis, then architecture design, software detail design, then software code and testing, integration, then all those testings. In this also same stuff is done. These are the hardware items which are being for whom they are being meant. In system integration, then quality testing, software installation, and then software acceptance support. So these supporting processes are documentation, as I earlier mentioned, to problem resolution, while the organization process are from management to training. So this was the idea about 12207 IEEE EIA. Now we'll see more of it in later session. Thank you.